Well, greetings EDUC 515 students. After receiving several emails today about how to get Ustream up and running for tomorrow's presentations, I decided it was probably time to send out one more video tutorial before class ended. So, tonight this is your Ustream Producer review, otherwise known as the Procrastinator's Guide to Ustream Producer. Let's take a look. Tonight we're going to take a look at how you set up your basic shots, how you add audio to your still shots and your screencast shots, how to share your PowerPoint or Keynote presentation slides, how to get the audio set up just right so that you can make sure that you're hearing what your audience is hearing, and finally how to record your video and find that recording on Ustream.tv. Let's take a look. Once you've launched your Ustream Producer, the first thing it's going to ask you is to go ahead and sign in. You can either log in now or you can log in later, but remember that you won't be able to broadcast until you've signed in. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in, and these are just the credentials that you've set up when you set up your account at Ustream.tv. Okay, now we're going to take a look at setting up your basic shots, and these are the main shots that you're going to use for your final presentation when you're using Ustream. The first thing you want to set up is your camera shot. So if I click on the camera shot that's already there for me, I can come to the camera button where it says it shows the icon for the camera and the little plus symbol, and then I can choose what input device I want to use for my camera. So I'm going to use my built-in HD FaceTime camera. And now you can see me using the built-in camera. Somehow I have two shots there, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that one. And that's fine because this one is working just fine. And I'm good to go. So I want to have one shot that's a camera shot so I can so that your audience can see your face, you can give an introduction, you can talk to them a little bit. And that's what this camera shot's going to be. The other shots that I want to add, or the main other shot that you're going to want to add, is a shot that shows your desktop screen. Okay, so we're going to come down here again to this little icon here on the left, and the little pop-up says this allows you to add a live desktop presenter shot and launch or configure the desktop presenter locally. And the desktop presenter is a little program that will run on your computer that will help to share your desktop over the Ustream. So I'm going to click it once to launch the presenter. And presenter will pop up as a little program. It'll launch up here real soon. In fact, maybe it's launched in the background. Here it is right there. Okay, this is my desktop presenter screen, and I don't really need it. It just kind of launches in the background. It's a little program that does its job without interfering too much. Okay, so now that I've got that launched, I come back to the exact same button again, and now I can choose what my source is. So I'm going to choose add Mr. McKean's laptop shot. That's the name of this computer. So whatever is the name of the computer that you're using right now is the name that you'll see available in this menu. So I'm going to click on that. And now I've got two shots set up. Okay, I've got my camera shot so that I can my audience can see me and I can talk to them. And then I've also got my desktop shot so that I can share my desktop. The next thing we need to talk about is audio, setting up your audio for your various shots. So if I look over to the right side of my screen here, I can see that when I'm using my camera shot like I am right now, that I have audio. And yet if I look on the VU meter here, I can see that the VU meter is bouncing, which means I have a certain amount of audio coming into the program, and I can adjust the volume of that by moving this slider up and down. And as we talked about before with Audacity, you want to kind of keep the audio at a high level, but keep it in the green area. So you don't want it getting up into the yellow or the red, but as much green as you can get, that's a good thing. Okay, so I can see that I've got audio happening on my camera shot, but you'll notice that as soon as I click over to my desktop shot, now I have no audio happening. Okay, and that's just because by default there is no audio associated with a desktop shot. There's no audio associated with a picture, and so you have to assign that audio separately. So, but it's real easy, so it's not a big deal. So I have my desktop shot selected there. I'm going to come over to the right side here, and if I hover over this speaker icon, it tells me this allows you to modify the audio sources for your shot. You can add and remove audio sources with this pop-up. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that button, and I have options here to find out where the audio is going to come from. And so I'm just going to I can add audio from my built-in input, and I'm wondering why I can't add audio from my microphone. So let me come over here, add a shot. This is my Blue Icicle. This is the microphone I'm using. Okay, so now I've loaded that into my timeline. Now you'll notice that once I'm clicked on my desktop here, if I come back to the audio, now the Blue Icicle is actually an option for my audio. So now I can assign that audio to my desktop shot as well, and you can see that I've got wonderful audio happening over here on the right side on both my desktop shot now and my video shot as well. Okay, so that's how you want to go through and assign audio to your desktop shot. And if you're going to load any pictures, okay, let's go ahead and do that. If I wanted to add a picture shot, here's the one I used in class, the Albert Einstein. Okay, again, by default, if I click on that picture, Einstein has no audio. So I want to come to the audio button and again add my Blue Icicle. And now when I'm on the Einstein shot, you can see that I've got audio coming in from my microphone. And I don't have to do that again. Every time I switch back to a shot that I've already assigned audio to, that audio is going to continue to work. Let's talk about sharing PowerPoint slides through your Ustream Producer interface. Sharing a PowerPoint or Keynote presentation is very easy using your Ustream Producer interface once you've got your desktop shot set up. All you have to do is share your desktop, your full desktop, and then open up your PowerPoint slides and show it full screen as well, and everything that's on your screen will get broadcast over your Ustream Producer just as if you were hooked to a projector in class. So if you were hooked to a projector in class, you would open up your PowerPoint, go full screen, and everyone in the class would see it. When you're sharing your screen over Ustream Producer, it's the exact same. One more thing that we need to talk about in the area of audio is what these buttons underneath the VU meter do for us. And we've got two little icons underneath the VU meter. One of them looks like a speaker with sound coming out of it, and the other looks like a pair of headphones. The speaker with sound coming out of it is the toggle switch that allows you to broadcast audio. Okay, and the pop-up here calls it the master mute. So if I click on it, you'll notice that I have no audio now. I've completely muted the audio that I was broadcasting. So if you need to cough, or you need to step away, or you need to yell at your cat, whatever you need to do, you can hit the master mute, and anything you do while that's muted, nobody on your broadcast will hear that sound. But you want to make sure to turn it back on before you continue your broadcast. The button below it is your own monitor or your headphones. The icon is headphones. So this controls whether, and it says here, it controls whether you hear the output through your computer headphones and speakers. It does not affect what your audience hears at all. So this is just for your end. If you want to hear yourself back while you're talking, I can turn that on, and now I hear myself back. But that's really annoying. If I don't have headphones on, then you guys are going to be hearing that echo as well. So if you're wearing headphones and you want to monitor your own sound, go ahead and turn that on just to make sure that you're getting a good quality recording and that you are broadcasting audio. But if you're not going to be wearing headphones and you don't want to hear that, then make sure that's clicked and turned off, and then no one else is going to hear that echo either. All right, the last thing we need to talk about before we're done tonight is recording your presentation. Down in the right hand corner you have a button that says Start Recording, and if you're using the free version of Ustream, the only option really for you is to record to Ustream. So if I click on this and I want to start recording, it brings up a pop-up that says you must be broadcasting to record. Please press the broadcast button first. Okay, so it's a little reminder. So you need to be broadcasting in order to record. Once you start broadcasting, that will send the signal from Ustream Producer over to Ustream servers. And then once you start recording, it will actually start recording at Ustream. It'll record onto Ustream's server. So it's not recording locally to your own drive, but it's recording to the cloud. It's recording to Ustream's server itself. So when you're done recording, you need to go back over to Ustream.tv, log into your account, look at your show page, and then on the right-hand side of that page, you'll see listed all the various different recordings that you've made, and you can get embed code and links for those. Okay, so you need to be broadcasting first and then start recording, and then when you're done, it's not going to appear on your computer, it's going to appear over on the Ustream page on your show page. And look over on the right hand side and you'll see a list and links and little previews for all the recordings that you've done. So when you're doing your presentation, the first thing you want to do is start broadcasting, and that's sending the signal from your computer out to Ustream. And then before you actually start the presentation part of your final, go ahead and start recording, and then that will preserve that so you'll have a recording for later. All right, hopefully that helped clear up some of your questions about Ustream Producer, and you guys are all ready for your presentations tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll meet in the Adobe Connect classroom just as we always do, or you can come into campus just like you do as well. And we'll meet there. We'll do some final discussion on our last topic, which was open education resources, and then we'll get started with our presentations. So I'll see you guys in class, either in person or in the Adobe Connect classroom. See you tomorrow.